make some noise for your amazing host.
Hey guys, it's Will.
And Joelle.
And we are here for our final week of the Bookmark'd series.
In Sandals Church Kids, we are all about the vision of being real, and we hope that you get to see what it looks like to live out the vision all week long.
During week 6 of Bookmark'd, we're going to hear a story called Hannah, the hopeful, heartbroken heroine, and her woeful, wordless wish for a bunch of cheerful children from our story in 1 Samuel. Oh, wow, that one took my breath away. Oh, a second. Okay, man.
Take a rest.
Thanks, Joelle.
And you guys, let's see what's coming up next.
Coming up.
We're gonna learn how we can have hope in God while we fish for cubes with just a piece of string.
Find out how on Bookmark'd.
Man, thanks for letting me take a nap. Where are we at?
Well, we're about to check out a fun video.
You know, I was thinking, we've been reading a lot about crazy book titles during the series. If they wrote a book about us hosting, what would the book title be?
Well, I've thought about this a lot. Joelle and Will's dynamic dashing duo descriptively describing daring drama and transitioning tense tales into transformative truth.
Wow. Let's check out our video.
All right, everybody, it is family game time, and that is a game for everyone. Right now, we're gonna play Decide the Doodle. Now, how that works is I'm gonna draw a picture, but I'm gonna draw it in 3 stages, and if you guys guess what the doodle is before I finish it, you get a certain amount of points. Here's the first one, and I'm gonna draw the eyes right now. And here is a little loop, and here is a little loop, and I think I'm gonna actually have to draw the nose. All right. So, seeing that drawing, can you guess what it is? I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds. Guess what it is? If you get it right now, that's pretty good, and you're gonna get 10 points. All right, that was your time. Let's do a little bit more of our drawing. So we're gonna do a circle for the head. All right, and you guys can guess. What do you think it is? I'm gonna draw the ears, and another ear. Might even draw the eyebrows. You think you know what it is? Now I'm gonna finish it, and we'll see if you guys can get that last point. Great job for guessing, guys. Here we go. Here is the top of the hat. And I'm gonna just draw a letter right here. Oh, some of you guys see it. And here we go. And did you get it? That is time. Were you guys able to guess Mario from Super Mario Brothers? All right, round 2. How are you guys doing? Did you guys get your 10 points? All right, we're gonna move on to round 2 right now, and I'm gonna draw just the character's eyeballs. Here we go, and there we go. That's it. How you doing, everybody?
Very minimal.
Did you guess the character? 10 points. I didn't say it would be easy. All right, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so we'll draw the character. We'll keep it going, and that's time. What do you think? Can you tell what this is? It kind of looks like I don't know, like a little
flying stingray?
Yeah, it does. It kind of looks like a stingray. I wonder if that's where they got this inspiration from.
Interesting.
Do you guys have it? If you guessed it and you're right, you're getting 5 points right now. But we're gonna do round 3 and finish the drawing. So this character has horns right here and a mouth right here. This is where it's gonna come together, friends. 1, 2, 3, and time. Did you guys guess Zurg from Toy Story? That's what he looks like. I never realized that he's always in a frowny face. He's he was sculpted to be sad. Poor guy. All right, so that is Zurg from Toy Story. Did you guys get 10, 5, 1 point? All right, we're gonna move on to our next one, and I'm gonna draw the eyes. Now you guys are definitely gonna get this. This is gonna be super simple. Are you ready? So here we go, and here we go, and there we go. Did you guess it? No? It's so obvious.
It's 2 chocolate chips.
Yeah, it's
what it is.
the Pillsbury Doughboy. It's not though. All right, here we go. Round 2. If you didn't get that, that's okay. Round 2, we're gonna do the head. So here's the chin, and here's the neck. I think some of you guys might get it just on this. All right, let's stop right there.
Oh, it's a piece of bread.
Yeah,
It's
a
muffin?
slice of bread with 2 little feet at the bottom. No, not exactly. All All right, let's keep going. Here we go. This is like pretty difficult. All right, we're gonna do like kind of what the character is wearing right now. All you have to do is say it before I finish, okay? You could have gotten it. You should have gotten
There
it.
it
It is Emmett from the Lego Movie. Great job, everybody. I really want to know how you did. It's really interesting that like you need certain details to really identify who the character was. Like you need Mickey Mouse's ears to know it's Mickey Mouse. So great job. Tally up your points because I want to know how many points you got.
Bye.
Bye.
So it's now time to worship.
This is a great opportunity for you to really think about God and who He is, and also thank Him for all He has done for you. For me, I'm thankful for my friend Kelly.
And I'm thankful for my parents. And while you worship, feel free to close your eyes, raise your hands, and you might even clap or dance around.
How you want to worship God is up to you as you think about your relationship with Him. Now stand up on your feet and let's get ready to worship together.
Basically, Joshua said, wait, God has greatness lined up for you. You're gonna see it soon, get ready. God has greatness lined up for you. You're gonna see it soon. Then Joshua told the people, make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things. Make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Hold on. Hold on. Basically, Joshua said, wait, God has greatness lined up for you. You're gonna see it soon, so get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. God has greatness lined up for you. You're gonna see it soon. Then Joshua told the people, make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things. Make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things. Make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you.
So what makes me holy? Yeah, what makes me holy? Only Jesus makes me holy. Only Jesus makes me holy. And I don't run the race for a trophy. I'm spending time with the God that wants to know me. Knowing Jesus is the thing that makes me holy. So I will face my circumstances boldly. Joshua told me,
make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things. Make yourself holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Hold on. Hold on. Then Joshua make yourself holy for the Lord. Hold on. Will do amazing things among you.
in the darkness, you are righteous. Jesus, you are the rightful King. Never changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You will take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves his praises loud. changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You'll take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves his praises loud. So I will praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Oh, every heart, every tongue confess the glories of his righteousness and praise his name. Oh, we might seem small singing in this room, but we aren't alone. No, we join in a choir of believers, billions strong. We sing praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of his righteousness and praise his name. Praise his name. Praise his holy name. Praise his name.
It's now time to hear our final Bible story for this series. Will, take it away.
Our story today is called Hannah, the hopeful, heartbroken heroine, and her woeful, wordless wish for a bunch of cheerful children from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1 to 11 and 20 to 28.
This week, we'll see how God works through our hurt, and that means we can have hope in God.
So turn to the next page in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so imagine with me for just a moment that you really wanted a puppy. For me, I say piglet, maybe for you it's a baby shark, but today we're talking puppies. So you ask your parents every single day for an entire year to get you one, but they always say no. You ask them why, but they never explain. And every time you went outside, you would see other kids in your neighborhood walking their sweet puppies or their baby sharks, and it always made you really sad. All you wanted was a little puppy of your very own. And then one day, you were in your room, and your parents came in with a big box. They set it down right in front of you, and inside, you heard a little bark. So you lifted the lid, and it was, you guessed it, your very own puppy. You were so happy that you actually cried. You could not believe it. And did you know that something kind of similar to this happened in the Bible? Well, let's check it out.
We left off in our story hearing about a girl named Ruth and how God worked through her good character. We're gonna pick back up in a new book with a story about a woman named Hannah. Chapter 1, Hannah, Bo-Bana. Hannah's donkey reached the top of the hill and she saw the shining city of Shiloh in the distance. Finally, she sighed with relief. She was sticky with sweat from the hot sun and covered in a fine layer of dust from the long day of traveling. She couldn't wait to wash off and take a nice long drink of water from the well. She closely followed her husband, Elkanah, down into the valley. Soon she heard kids excitedly coming over the hill behind them. She loved hearing their laughter and innocent chatter, even if they weren't her own children. Peninnah, Elkanah's second wife, followed behind, corralling her children. Hannah looked back with a twinge of sadness. Peninnah's kids were a constant reminder of how much she desperately wanted her own children with Elkanah, but she hadn't been able to become pregnant. Chapter 2, The Rude Wife Feud. The next evening, after the sacrifices had been made at the tabernacle and a dinner had been eaten, Elkanah and the kids laid down to nap, leaving Hannah and Peninnah all together. "Dinner was wonderful," said Hannah, trying to make small talk. Peninnah snapped back. "It would have been if you weren't here." Whoa. Hannah knew Peninnah despised her because she was Elkanah's favorite. At first, she had tried to get Peninnah to like her, but she had given up after Peninnah made it clear she would never be friends with Hannah. Hannah looked down sadly. She wished things were different so she didn't feel so alone. Hannah quietly replied, "I'm just trying to be nice." "Well, it would be nice of you to leave so Elkanah would pay attention to me and not you. You can't even have children. What does Elkanah possibly see in you? Obviously, there's something wrong with you. He probably just pities you like everyone else does," Peninnah snarled. Hot tears rushed into Hannah's eyes. She turned around quickly to leave, but not before Peninnah smirked at her pain. Chapter 3, The Night Nothing Went Right. Ugh. Hannah ran outside into the cool night, tears seeping into the darkness around her. She found a silent field and sat down with her arms wrapped tightly around her knees. She quietly sobbed as everything that Peninnah said ricocheted through her mind. She thought about why God hadn't blessed her with children. Was he punishing her for something? I mean, she knew God loved her, but it was hard to understand why he hadn't answered her many prayers. God knows everything, but does he see how desperately sad my heart is? She wondered. She laid her tear-stained face on the soft grass and fell asleep. Chapter 4, A Promise is Made. Hannah listlessly pushed the food around her plate the next morning. She wasn't hungry, just heartbroken. Elkanah tried to comfort her, but somehow it just made things worse. After breakfast, Hannah went to the tabernacle. She trusted that even when it didn't feel like it, God loved her and knew her hurt. She sat down and began to pray silently, tears cascading down her cheeks. "God, can you see how awful I feel? Don't forget to remember me. If you will give me a son, I will give him back to you for all his life." As she prayed in her heart, a priest named Eli noticed her. He saw that she was deeply troubled but had strong faith. When Hannah got up, Eli called her over and said, "Go in peace. May the God of Israel give you what you asked of him." As she left, Hannah's heart filled with hope. So what do you think happened to Hannah next? Well, God heard Hannah and miraculously blessed her with a son named Samuel. Then when Samuel was old enough, Hannah gave him to Eli the priest to serve God just like she said she would.
I don't know about you, but that story made me kind of sad there for a minute. And here's the deal, it reminds me that, you know what, it's okay not to be happy all the time. Because the deal is, sometimes life is really, really hard. But I want you guys to know that we never have to hide what we feel from others, and we especially do not have to hide it from God. A big part of what it means to be real is being open about how we are feeling, even when we are feeling really, really sad, just like Hannah was for most of our story. But here is the truth, our hurt is never ever wasted. God always uses the hard things that we go through. And God sometimes does miracles just like he did for Hannah. And sometimes he teaches us something really important. Sometimes God uses our story to help someone else. And sometimes we may never find out exactly how God uses our hurt in our life, but we know that he always does. So let's take a look at our one thing for today. The one thing to remember is that God works through our hurt.
God working through us is kind of like an ice cube. Ethan, I need you to pick up one of these ice cubes with this string. The catch is you can't use any of your hands, your glasses, any sandwiches you might have on hand. You have to only use this string. Do you think you can do it?
I will find out, you know? No hands, no sandwiches.
Just the string.
Got that meatball marinara in my back pocket.
Not fishing too well.
No, let's
Maybe,
just go with this, the...
They're not biting?
Yeah, hold on. Ooh. No, I'm out of options. Wait, one more try. No. How are we gonna do it, Joel?
Well, I've got a secret ingredient for you, and it's salt.
Where'd you get that?
What I'm gonna need you to do is put this string over some of these ice cubes and pour this salt onto the string and the ice cubes.
Big fan.
And then we'll wait.
And Joel, waiting for something that you really want can be really hard.
That's true, but the fact is that sometimes we have to wait for things to happen in life, just like when we are waiting on this ice cube right now.
Totally. And maybe you've waited to open your gifts on Christmas morning or on your birthday, or waiting for a family vacation during the summer. Or like myself, like I waited so long to wait for one of my favorite superhero movies to come out, and it was really hard.
Seriously, and all of this reminds me of our story about Hannah.
Definitely. And Hannah waited for a long time for God to answer her prayer. And during that time, she was sad, she was hurt, and she felt alone. But she still never gave up hope that God was going to answer her prayers.
She trusted that God knew what she needed and had a good plan for her life. We can have hope in God in our lives too.
Absolutely. And we just need to trust that He is at work, just like we trusted that this salt was at work in this ice cube. Yo! See guys, and that's why our action step is that we can have hope in God.
Hey Sandals Church kids, my name is Ian Price and I am the campus pastor at our Sandals Church Lake Arrowhead campus, and I want to tell you about what it means to have hope in God. You see, a lot of times we say things like, I hope tomorrow will be better, or I hope I get to go to Disneyland soon, or I hope my favorite sports team wins the championship. And clearly what it is and what we're meaning by hope is that those things may or may not happen. However, what we mean by true hope as followers of Jesus is more than just a desire or a wish. It is an unshakable confidence in God, even when circumstances give us reason to doubt. And hope in God gives us strength. It teaches us to have patience, and it brings us encouragement. You see, when I was 9 or 10 years old, my parents got divorced. And when this happened, I was sad and confused and angry. And essentially what happened for me was I created a construction site of anger inside of me. I really didn't know what to do, and I didn't have hope in God. Why? Because I didn't know who God was. I didn't have parents who brought me to church like you do. And I didn't have friends who were in my life at the time who told me about God. And this time was really lonely, and I didn't know if people understood what I was going through. Because I had so much anger inside of me, I essentially became a bully. I would pick on kids. I would start fights with kids for no reason. And I'd love to tell you that it got better, but as I got older, it actually got worse. I would damage cars. I hung out with the wrong people. And it wasn't until years later that I had a friend who shared with me who God was. But because of where I was at and because I was seeking popularity and all those things, I just continued to reject him. And it was more of I just didn't want anything to do with it at that time because I didn't want to admit that I was angry or that I was broken. And so I kept rejecting him, but he was so faithful to me as a friend that he kept sharing who Jesus was. And it took me a while to admit where I was at and that I really needed the hope of God and I really needed Jesus in my life. And when I accepted God, I had a sense of peace and a sense of strength and encouragement. I want to encourage you today, if you are not a follower of Jesus yet and you want to have this hope in God, you can talk with your leaders, or maybe you are a follower of Jesus, but maybe you have friends who don't, and you can invite them to church and you can share with them the hope of God. And just like I eventually found hope in God, you can have this hope in God too.
All right, everyone, let's say our memory verse one more time. Make yourselves holy for the Lord. Tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Joshua chapter 3, verse 5.
We saw in our story how God did amazing things by working through Hannah's hurt to give her what she hoped for.
God can do the same thing in our lives too. No matter how you feel, God always has a plan for our lives.
That's why the one thing to remember is that God works through our hurt.
And our action step is that we can have hope in God.
We've got something new for you next week, so be sure to join us.
Before we end, we're going to go into one more song of worship, so go ahead and get up on your feet and let's check it out.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Whoa! Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I want
Be like him. Wanna be like him.
him.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Whoa! Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I wanna hug my mama extra tight. I wanna read my Bible every night. I wanna put loose trash in the garbage bin. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna help someone realize their full potential. Wanna comb my hair and brush my dentals. Wanna help my best friend learn to swim. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna spend more time with my family. I wanna find another good book to read. I wanna have more workouts at the gym. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna eat my veggies and learn kung fu. Wanna be nice to the animals at the zoo. Wanna memorize Luke 2:52, but most importantly, I wanna be like you.
Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. I want to be like you.
Sandals Church kids, you guys have been so awesome today.
You can download today's Bookmark'd Get Real guide and the complete set at the button below the videos. You will find the Now What for this week.
Grab a piece of paper and write about a time you were really sad. What did you do during that moment? What did you do after?
Did you pray and ask God for help? Or have hope that your hurt wouldn't last forever? Did God work through your hurt somehow?
Now take some time to thank God for always knowing exactly how you feel.
Be sure to tune in right here next week for more videos, new Bible stories, and so much more.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, Sandals Church kids. We'll see you guys next time.